There are so many things I've had to deal with becoming a wife, mother, and eight-figure entrepreneur as a Pakistani-American woman. I've never quite shared with you all of the struggles that come with being bicultural and just being a woman in general in the world of money and business. Let's be honest, collectively, regardless if you're Pakistani American or not, women are new to money, we are new to business, and we are pushing a lot of boundaries and a lot of cultural norms with the things that we're doing. And so I wanted to add to that conversation with some of my own struggles that I've dealt with. So I was actually born to Pakistani immigrants in 1980, and I was the first one to be born in the United States from both sides of my family. And that came with a lot of judgments. It came with a lot of jealousy. I felt like growing up that I didn't quite fit in the Pakistani culture because they didn't see me or accept me fully as Pakistani, but I wasn't quite American either. In fact, in Chicago, where I was born and raised, there was a lot of bullying growing up just because I was different. I know now there's like such a big Pakistani community and there's so much more cultural diversity that this might be hard to believe, but in my junior high, it was just basically two brown people. It was me and one other girl, an Indian girl, and we both got so bullied. We basically clung onto each other with dear life. And so I would say the biggest thing I dealt with was feeling like I didn't quite belong, and then having like sort of an identity crisis because of that. I don't want to call it crisis because like it didn't feel like a crisis, but I know that I felt like, who am I? Am I Pakistani? Am I American? And so it took me many years to start understanding that I represent sort of this weird hybrid between the two cultures, and that's not a negative thing, it's actually a positive thing. So the first thing that I had to overcome was what I call like a slingshot effect. The slingshot is that my parents decided that they were going to teach me Urdu before English because they figured I was going to learn English anyways, but they didn't want me to not learn their mother tongue. And the slingshot was that I actually failed kindergarten because I did not speak a word of English. And so I was held back. And I also traveled back and forth between Pakistan and the US in my childhood. I would get really, really sick over there, be hospitalized. And that's why I call it a slingshot. It's like you have to go backwards a little bit. But at the end of the day, in my 40s, it's one of the most richest experiences and memories of my life, having visited back home and just learning their culture and the food and the traditions and everything. So I had to overcome sort of that not feeling quite here nor there in my childhood, but at the end of the day, it has served me. So the second thing I had to really overcome as a Pakistani American woman in business and relationships is judgments. Oh my God. Oh my God. Unfortunately, I can't say that this has gotten better. Pakistani people are just very, very judgmental. And I feel like I put judgmental people in two categories, and I'm going to talk about both of them. So in the first category, they're judging because you don't quite fit the mold of being Pakistani, right? You're doing things that are a little bit different. Like the way I see myself is that I'm Pakistani-American. So the Pakistani things I'm not quite doing the way that they feel like I should be doing. And then the American things are like too crazy for them, right? So these people, the one category is, I would say that these people they're very judgmental, but they're right. If you really think about it from their perspective, you're not representing the culture well. You're the one that's like pushing the limits, pushing the edges, pushing the rubber band, as I like to call it, of what's considered acceptable behavior, right? So for example, I wear dresses, I wear sleeveless clothes. That's too much for that culture. But I don't think that they're wrong, right? When they're judging me on that, or when they're saying, you shouldn't wear that as a Pakistani woman, my response to that is, you're right. You're right. And accepting that has served me so much because it's helped me. This is a long conversation, and let me know if you want me to go on into it in another video. But I feel like it wouldn't serve the culture or me if I try to say, actually, no, you're wrong. Because the truth is, according to Pakistani culture, the way I dress is a little bit too much. It is. And the fact that I curse, like my mom was so cute, 4'11", like she used to curse and she was just like the cutest. And I do that sometimes, right? Not sometimes, I probably curse a lot, but I'm not right? Like if I feel like it would be a disservice for me to sit here and tell you it's okay for me to curse, it's okay for me to wear clothes that are outside my culture. No, according to that culture, that's not right. And so I just accept that I'm the one that's doing something wrong. And even though I'm doing it, it has served me to accept that. One of the biggest reasons it served me is that when I start going outside of my own personal boundaries around that, there's this rubber band pulling effect that says, okay, you push the limit here. This doesn't feel good. If I was saying, no, they're wrong and I'm right, I feel like I wouldn't have that rubber band. And so that's why I just accept it. I've played on all extremes. So a lot of people don't know this about me, but I used to wear a hijab for 2 years. And even when I would go back to Pakistan when I was older, I would wear like the full niqab and everything. So I've tried everything and I found my happy place. My mom used to say that wearing modest clothing has nothing to do with modesty. And she would give the example that sometimes in Pakistan, prostitutes will wear niqab and like the full cover not because they're modest, but because they're hiding who they are. And so my parents used to say that modesty is about your niyat, your intention, more than what you're wearing or not wearing. Now, I said that there's two types of people, two categories of people that are judgmental. The first one are the people that are right, and they're just trying to pull you back in the rubber band. The second type of people are really problematic. These are people that are very triggered by you and your success and what you're doing, and they will use culture and religion and traditions to basically bring you down. These are the people that are going to spread rumors about you. These are the people that are going to bully you online or in person. Like, these are people that are just nasty. And that's something that you're going to have to learn to deal with. I see this with my Pakistani and Indian celebrity clients, the things that they deal with publicly and in their personal lives, people spreading rumors about who they're sleeping with, what kind of plastic surgery they've had. 99.9% of the stuff is not true, and it's not based on any merit. And even that 0.1%, it's like half truths, where they'll take one little thing that they may have revealed themselves and then add all kinds of mirch and masala to it. You're just gonna have to get over it. If, in all honesty, it is actually my Pakistani celebrity clients, film stars, TV serial stars, that have helped me really get over that in the biggest way, because I used to think I'm being judged, and when I saw what these women are subjected to on a daily basis, I'm like, whoa, if you can do that, if you can survive that, I have nothing to complain about. So that's something that you're gonna have to have tough skin. There is a lot of people in my culture, in the Indian culture, Pakistani culture. You may experience this in the Middle Eastern culture as well, where if you are doing big things, if you're climbing either the corporate ladder or the success ladder, they're gonna say you're sleeping with that person, you're sleeping with that person, she got this and this and this plastic surgery, she's done this. You have to become immune to it. Like, it is going to happen. In fact, one of the best advices that I got from one of my Pakistani celebrity stars was, she was like, milk it. Use it to your advantage. Let them comment on that. Let them spread rumors about you. Act like a celebrity. Like, use it to basically get more and more of the right people to notice you. And that has been super helpful for me. Another huge thing that I've had to sort of like overcome as a Pakistani American is earning more money than any man in my family. And this has come with all kinds of ups and downs. People will judge you. People will, sometimes some men will be emasculated by you. And the biggest thing that I've learned is that the people that matter the most in my life, the people that I feel like are the only people that I have to answer to other than God, support me, and they're not emasculated by it. Now, I've had extended family members, friends, like feel emasculated and say things like, oh, it's easier for you because you're a woman. Maybe it is, probably is, right? But in our own ways, we're all battling our own things, right? Like there's things men have to deal with, there's things that women have to deal with, and I can't let other people's small-mindedness or other people's insecurities get in the way of what I'm allowed to do in this world. All I know is that my parents worked really, really hard, and they sacrificed a lot of things to make sure that I was successful and I had a good life. And so I'm going to make sure that I make the most of it and give my children the best example of someone that is Pakistani American. That's all I can do. I can own my identity as being someone that's bicultural, as someone, I pride myself that I've taken the best of both cultures. I feel like, according to my own judgment, I have taken the best of the best of the Pakistani culture and the best of the American culture, and found my own place and my own identity. And because of that, I have tens of thousands of clients worldwide from all cultures that can relate to what it feels like to be a woman on this planet today and have success and want to be happily married and want money at the same time and want business and want motherhood. I believe that we really truly get to have it all. If you can overcome the small-mindedness of people, the judgments of other people, your own identity things, if you can overcome them, you truly can have it all.